Hello friends, this is Ambarish from Fountainhead. In this video, we'll quickly see what are the new PTE changes as of December 1, 2020. Now, before we get started, let me assure you a couple of things. One, there is no change in the PTE test structure, and there is no change in the way PTE is scored. So what this basically means is PTE Academic is exactly going to be the same how it was yesterday. The way it is graded is also remains the same. So what exactly has changed? Now, some of you might be knowing that there is something called this pte-ielts score comparison chart. It's popularly known as a concordance table. The concordance table looks something like this. Now, for every IELTS score bands, there is a corresponding mapping to a PTE score. So, for example, you can see that a score of 6 in IELTS corresponds to a 50 in PTE. A score of 7 in IELTS corresponds to 65 in PTE. A score of 8 in IELTS corresponds to a 79 in PTE. And you can see the other score mappings. Now, this is something that people have been following since 2011. Now, for any test, be it PTE or any other test, they continuously reevaluate and reassess and readjust their scores to global standard levels, sometimes to match with their competitors. Okay, so in this case, Pearson has recently done a study where they compared PT academic scores with IELTS academic scores, and they found that they have to readjust the existing table. And they, based on their research findings, they have updated the table, and the updated table looks something like this. Now you can see that here the IELTS score of 6 is no more 50, now it is 46. A score of 7 in IELTS is 66 in PTE, 1 point more than what it used to be. A score of 8 in IELTS is 84 in PTE now, a 5 points increase in what it used to be. So what this effectively means for test takers is that if you are someone whose score requirement is 6 or 6.5, especially if you are a student aiming for higher studies, it's good news for you. Why? Because your previous PT score requirement was 50 or 58. Now it has come down to 46 and 56 respectively. But if you are someone who is aiming for a higher score, for example, 7.5 or 8. Now, 8 is a score that typically a lot of students require, especially if you are someone who is aiming for immigration or PR visa. They need to score at 8 in IELTS to secure 20 points. It used to be 79 in PTE. Now that has changed to 84. Okay, now this is somewhat worrisome for these particular categories of students, because it's going to be really challenging to score 84 in each. All right. So, but if you have a solid plan, if you have a solid strategy, you will definitely get your required score. We have had number of students who have scored perfect 90 in all the bands. So you can watch the YouTube videos of those students. Now, what we don't know yet is from when these are going to be implemented. Is it going to be implemented 1 month down the line, 2 months down the line? Is something that we are yet to see. So this is a research finding which they have forwarded to their respective government partners. Now it's up to those governments, for example, Australia or New Zealand government, to decide to accept it or not. Most probably they will accept it. And if they accept it, the only question is from when they are going to change these rules. All right. So we have to wait and watch. So I request all of you to subscribe to this channel. As soon as there is an update, we will update you. All right.